So you don't need your weights just yet, but have them handy. We're gonna start at the back edge of our mat, and we're just gonna start with this little side to side, just an easy tap. I'm gonna start with some shoulder rolls, so just kind of moving up and back. Let's take some big breath cycles here. Full inhale, the rib cage expands. And a full exhale, that rib cage contracts. Let's go ahead and pull that elbow into this. Engaging the abdominals. We're going to draw the navel to the spine. And let's take that arm out a little bigger. Big back stroke. Really getting into that range of motion here. Keeping those abs engaged. Now let's go ahead and reverse those arms. Just taking that little swing forward. Good inhale, exhale. Drawing the belly button to the spine. And I'm going to take it back to that elbow, just taking that little bit of a crawl here, little swimmer's crawl. And I'm going to take these arms to that side to side. Lifting up and reaching across. Maybe take that tap a little bigger, a little deeper here. Deepening that breath, a big inhale, full exhale. Let's bring these arms overhead and we'll come up into a knee. So pulling that knee up, arms up and over. Engaging your abdominals a bit more here. Hip flexors are active, really pulling that knee up. Big reach up and over. Scoop that belly in tight. And we'll take those arms back down to that little side to side. And I'm going to pick up a heel behind me. Engaging your hamstrings. Getting that nice little heel curl. Scoop the belly in tight, guys. Let's do 4, 3. Here's 2. Now go ahead and set it down. Easier tap. Bring those elbows in close and add that little twist across with that reach. Let's reach out of the side body with this. Getting a bit more rotation. Keeping the abdominals engaged. Nice, full range here, as big as you can. Now, let's take this reach overhead. Engaging our obliques just a bit more, reaching out of that side body. Now I'm going to hold it to one side, reach, and take that little repeater knee. Just pulling it up, balancing in your supporting leg. Big pull. Let's get 4, 3, 2, and take it back across with that reach, alternating. And let's go ahead and set this up for the other side. And I'm going to balance and take that repeater knee. Strong pull down. Big knee up, guys. Let's get 4, 3, 2. Let's go back to that little alternating reach. Let's get 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. And let's bring it up. Both arms up, reaching tall. And let's exhale. Hinge forward. You can stop with your hands at your knees, your shins, or come on down to the floor. I'm going to take a little lower and lift. So adjusting your feet, adjusting your stance as you need. Taking it down and up. Warming up these knees just a bit. Supporting in your hands. Now, if you can, I'd like you to come down into your crouch and lift your hands and balance. Hands down, unfold, hips down, and balance. Just continuing with this little unfold, crouch, and balance. Let's get a couple more, please. As slow as you need. And hold your balance here. And if you can, I'd like you to take your elbows on the outside or the inside of your knees and press them open. If you need to adjust your stance a little bit, you can. And I want to think about really tall posture here. Shoulders back, lengthening out of the top of the head. And I'm actively pressing my knees open. Now I'm going to set my fingertips down, and I'm just going to unfold and roll up to the top, nice and tall. I'm going to step my feet wide, shoulders back, and we're just going to take an easy little plie squat, down and up. Nice and tall. You can be on your mat if you'd like. This nice wide stance. I'm on carpet, and I feel my feet a little bit slippy. And keep it tall. Now, I'm going to hold it down and take some pulses, shoulders back. So I want this wall behind me. I want to think about my shoulders back near that wall rather than pitching forward. Let's keep the belly in tight, reaching through those arms. Here's 4, 3, 2, and we're going to bring it up. Now, I'm just going to rotate my body just so turn. So I'm now in a split stance, shoulders back, and we're going to take an easy lower and lift. Lower and lift. Just adding a little curl from the elbows. So as we repeat this, we're going to add some weights. You can always come back to this, unweighted, nice and low with that knee, and hold it here, and pulse. Nice and tall, shoulders back, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, come back to the front. Reposition if you need. We're going to go back into that plie. So down and up. I'm externally rotated. Knees are pointing out to those corners. And we're sinking low. Now right now, I'm just reaching my arms out about shoulder height. You can reach them up a little higher. Scoop that belly. Keep that wall behind you. Now, let's go down. I'm going to slide the hands right behind the head. And we're going to take this little side to side. Feeling those quads. They might be talking to you a little bit. I want this side to side. 3. Here's 2. Last 1. Back to center and bring it up. Pivot, rotate to the other side. So I'm in my split stance. Shoulders back, and we're going to start with that easy lower and lift. Now, adding those little curls with the arms. Nice and tall. Now I'm going to raise from the shoulder. This is our anterior lift. So anterior deltoids from the shoulders, scoop the belly. Nice and tall here, guys. Let's get 4, 3, 2, and bring it up. Come back to center. One more time in this split stance, shoulders back. And we're just going to start with our little plie squat. Down and up. Now I'm going to reach those arms, and we're going to come up and elbows down. Up, elbows down. So as I reach, I want to think about that nice long extension. And as I pull down, I'm thinking here, latissimus dorsi. So I go up when I'm up, elbows down when I'm down. Nice and tall here, guys. Now we are unweighted right now, so what I want you to think about here is this little squeeze. As that elbow pulls down, I want to think about that shoulder blade kind of sliding down and just getting that little squeeze and squeeze. Let's get a couple more here. And last one, bring it up. Bring those toes to the front, walk it in and shake it out. I'm going to grab some weights, 3s, 5s, whatever works for you. And I'm going to position myself on my mat where it's a little less slippy. And we're just going to start with some easy arms. So give those legs just a quick little break. I'm going to take some biceps curls. Biceps curls. So Just bringing it up, palm toward the shoulders. And I'm standing with my feet a little wider apart. You can stand however you'd like. Really tall, scoop the belly. Think about retracting the scapula, so a little bit of a squeeze in that upper middle back. Let's get a couple more here. All right. Now, I'm going to bring it down. Step my feet a little further apart, so getting ready for our plie squats. I'm going to start with my hands in front. I didn't do this unweighted, but I'm going to lower and just zip it up. Not super high. I want to keep the wrist and forearms neutral. So if you're bringing it up so high that your wrists are bending, that might be a little high. So just bring it up, nice and easy. There's that wall behind you. Belly button drawn in tight, and lower and lift. Now, as I'm coming up, I'm at a slight retraction through my scapula. So just a little shoulder blade squeeze there. Navel to spine. Let's get 2 more, please. Now, I'm going to take it down and curl up. Down and curl up. Shoulder blades down your back. Nice and tall here. 2 more. All right, so I'm going to take it back into my wide stance, and I'm just going to rotate my body into this split lunge stance. Shoulders are back, and I'm going to start with this back foot kind of off the floor. We're going to start with that easy, lower and lift. So lower the knee and lift. Now, add your biceps curl. Belly button drawn in tight. Let's get 2 more here. And bring it back to the front. I'm going to take this down, and I'm going to lead with my pinkies up. So I'm going to go down and up, down and up. So leading up with your pinky, shoulders back, knees and toes pointing out to the corners of the room. Sinking and then lifting. I don't want to pitch forward here. Get 2 more. And bring it down. Let's rotate. Finding that split stance, finding that balance. Shoulder blades down your back. We're going to start with that little lower and lift. And we're going to add our biceps curls to start us off. So finding balance, we're a little different on each side. And now leading up with my thumbs and anterior raise. Let's get 2 more, please. And bring it back to center. I'm going to shake out my legs just a little bit, those feet and ankles, my quads get a little tired. Reposition, shoulder blades down. This will be our overhead press. So I'm going to start off nice and tall, football goalpost arms. I'm going to go down and press up. Abs are in tight, that wall behind us. Slide down, press up. In that latissimus dorsi, that medial deltoid, big press overhead, and I'm not grasping my equipment. Easy hold. Let's get 3 more, please. 2, and last 1. Bring those elbows down. Let's bring it in. Take a quick little shake, pedal, anything you need. Shoulder blades down and back. All right, we're going to take a quick little set of rows. So from here, we're going to hinge forward. Now this is unsupported forward flexion, so if you need to single this, you can rest one hand on, I'll rest my inside hand, and you can do your rows here and then stand up tall, all right? So we'll do 2 sets. So if you need the supported forward flexion, you can always make sure we get both sides. All right, so shoulder blades back and down. We're going to keep the back really straight. I'm going to hinge forward, a little bit of softness in the knees, and we're going to take 3 rows. We're going to pull up 3, 2, 1, and stand tall. So hinge forward, soft knees, pull 3, 2, 1, and stand tall. So as I hinge forward, I want to keep my posture really tall, lengthening through the top of the head. I want to keep the shoulders back. So hinge and row 3, 2, 1, and stack tall. Scoop the belly, and 3, 2, 1, and stack. Now let's think about that space between our shoulder blades. Little squeeze, and stand tall. Let's get 2 more like this, please. And pull back. 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. 1 more. Take it forward. 3, 2, 1, and we'll bring this up. Give yourself a quick little release. Now we are going to take some triceps extensions. I'm just going to bring my feet into this wide stance. I'm going to cross my weights. Now I'm going to take them here. I want to keep my elbows steady. I don't want this movement at my shoulder. We're going to be doing overhead press. Now if you feel like you want that weights apart, that's okay. I feel like they're just a little more controlled when they're crossed. That's my preference. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to keep my elbows right near my ears. Try not to let them splay too far. So I'm going to squeeze them in slightly. Lower and extend. Lower and extend. So I'm just keeping my lower half strong and supported. Try to keep the elbow squeezing together slightly. So biceps really close to your ears. Lower and press. Lower and press. Belly in tight. Shoulder blades down your back. So if it feels like your shoulders are up around your ears, press them down, please. Let's get 2 more like this. And last one. Press up, bring it down. I'm just going to take a quick little towel break, and we're going to get set for another set of our dead rows. So remember, if you were doing a supported dead row, you'll do the other side. So unless you were alternating. All right, so we are going to find our posture, shoulder blades back and down, feet about shoulder hip distance apart. And we're going to hinge from the hips, soften the knees, and row. 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall, hinge, keep the spine really long, lifting through the top of the head, and back to top. Here we go. Hinge and row. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, shoulder blades back and down. And hinge. Knees are a little bit soft here. 2, and 1. Think about that squeeze in that upper middle back. Row. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get 2 more, please. Scoop the belly, hinge forward, and 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, nice and tall. Last time, please. And row. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, shoulder blades back and down. All right, let's get set for one more set of our triceps extensions. I'm going to cross. Now, even if you wanted to, you could take it with a single weight. But we're strong, so I think we can do both. Here we go. We're going to bring this up. I'm going to keep those elbows squeezing slightly toward my temples. And we're going to lower and press. Lower and press. Belly button drawn in tight. Really very minimal movement at the shoulders. I'm just kind of stabilizing. Extension from the elbows. Press and curl and press. Navel to spine. A little bit of softness in your knees. Getting the back of those arms, getting those triceps. Keep it strong here, guys. 4, 3, 2, last one. Pull it down, and we'll set these weights down. All right, so I'm just gonna keep mine somewhat handy. We're gonna come to the back edge of our mat and give yourself a few little shoulder rolls here. Flexion, extension, you can stretch the fingers a bit if you'd like. All right, we're gonna take a little walk. We're gonna start with that wall behind us. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to draw the belly to the spine. Inhale, exhale, rolling down. Fingertips touch the floor. Now my knees are a little bit soft here, and I'm gonna take this walk. Bringing it out into your downward facing dog. Take your time, get yourself set up here. And I'm gonna start with my hands and feet about shoulder hip distance apart. Starting with really easy pedal through the legs. Now we're gonna do a little flow that's going to involve some planks and some push-ups. I know you guys are probably excited. Here we go, both heels down, double lift and lower. Scoop the belly, and each time you press your heels to the floor, let's press our chest in the direction of our feet, maybe increasing that upper body stretch just a tiny bit. Now, press and hold. And from here, I'm going to soften my knees a little bit and round my back, coming forward into my plank. So hold it here. I'm going to drop to my knees, and we're going to take some scapular push-ups. So starting off relatively small, we're just going to lower and press, lower and press. I'm lowering my ribs and then pressing the floor away. Now, hold it at the top, and we're going to lower all the way to the floor. So we are on our knees for this. We're just going to keep the elbows close to the body, lower down. I'm going to separate my feet and move my hands slightly forward. We're going to come up into a small swan, scooping the belly, shoulder blades down your back, and then lower with control. Now I'm going to bring my feet together, and for this one, if you want to watch, I'm going to turn my toes and I'm going to lift my tailbone slightly, so keeping a little bit of lift here in the hips. I want to lift in a straight line coming up. So I'm getting set up for some push-ups. Ready? We're going to take 3 push-ups from our knees. So we're going to go down 3, 2, and 1. We're going to shift back into our child's pose. Take your time, reaching those hands out, stretch. I'm going to turn my toes, coming forward into tabletop to press into my down dog. Big push back. All right, so we're set up right here at the beginning again. So pushing into your down dog, round forward into your plank. Hold it here. I'm going to lower my knees, scapular push-ups. Hold it at the top. Chaturanga, belly button drawn in tight. And then I'm going to slide my hands slightly forward, press up into swan. Nice and tall, shoulder blades down your back. Lower with control. Feet together, turn your toes, lift your tail, press up. 3 push-ups. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Big press back. Let's get those child pose, get those stretches, reaching out through the hands. All right, so I'm going to go through that flow a couple more times. And so take your time. You can go at your own pace. I'll still cue, but if you want to stay somewhere a little longer, except for maybe the push-ups, you can feel free, add those stretches, add those extensions. And if you want to make that swan hands free and just use your back extensors, that's another option. All right, so we're going to start off in our child's pose. Come forward to table, turn the toes, press into your down dog. Nice big stretch here. Rounding forward into your plank. Now you can stay in the feet or go to your knees. We're going to do some scapular push-ups. And chaturanga. And lift, either hands free or press up a little taller. Hands free is going to be a little more back extension work. And lower, I'm going to come to my knees. I'm going to lift my tailbone and press up for 3 push-ups. 3, 2, and 1. Big press back, shift those hips, reach. Coming forward to your table, turn your toes, down dog. Adjusting when you need. And roll forward to your plank, scapular push-ups. Last time through this, guys. And chaturanga, elbows near. And coming up, lift. Lower, and knees, tailbone. We're gonna press up, short plank, 3 push-ups. Big press back, guys. Let those hips sink over your heels, stretch. Give yourself a quick little release. Wrist and forearms. If you would like to add a little triceps stretch here, that might feel pretty good. Some of those are a little bit triceps intensive. All right, so I'm going to bring my blocks in, and I'm also going to bring my weights near. All right, so shoulder blades down and back, and we're gonna go back into our down dog. So we're gonna do just a quick little side plank with this little side row movement. So you can use the weights, you can do it hands-free. So the weights are here as an option. All right, so I'm gonna start off, hands and knees, shoulder blades down and back, turn your toes, press up, down dog. And take a moment here, pedal through those legs. Now, I'm going to shift forward into my plank position, and I'm just gonna rotate. So I'm just turning my feet to the side. My feet are staggered, and I'm gonna take this strong reach overhead. Now, I'm just gonna take that reach down and up. Reach down and up. Reach down and up. Rotate back to the front. Reposition your plank. Rotate to the other side. Feet are staggered. Now, I'm gonna reach down and up. Down and up. Down and up. I'm gonna get one more, guys. And up. Rotate back to the front. Hold it here. Press back to your down dog. Adjust if you need. Knees down. And child's pose. Now that first one I showed, no weights. Stick with that if you'd like. Otherwise, we're gonna add the weight and we'll kind of set it here in the middle. So really you just need the one for right now. Shoulder blades down and back. Bring this forward, tabletop. Turn the toes, down dog. Shift forward into your plank, adjusting yourself, rotate, take your weight and bring it up and down, and up and down, and up and down. One more, and bring it to the floor, bring it around to plank. Other side, take your weight, press it up and down, up and down, up and down. Last one. And bring it to the floor. There's your plank. Knees down. Down dog. Excuse me, child's pose. Giving those wrists a little break. All right, I want to do one more variation. So we were just kind of pulling this arm across our body. This time, I want to think about this longer, open arm. So more of a fly. All right, you can do it weighted or not. We'll just do this one more set, so you can determine if you want the weight or if you don't. All right, so here we go. Bringing this out, spread the weight through the fingers, shoulder blades, down your back, turn your toes, and press up and back. I'm going to shift forward into my plank, Finding that strong, stable position, leaning into one hand, and lift and lower. This might want to rotate you just a bit. Try to keep it nice and square. Pressing into that supporting hand. One more, guys. And press. Now, lower down. Reposition. Take that weight and lift. And lift. And lift. Really tall here, guys. Lift. One more. Lift. Bring it down. Back to the front. Knees down. Child's pose. Giving yourself a nice little break. All right, so we are going to come into our pigeon. So I'm going to come from down dog, but if your wrists and forearms are a little bit tired, if they feel kind of overworked, you can just bring yourself right into. So we're going to start off hands and knees. Turn the toes, shoulder blades down and back, and I'm going to press. Now I'm going to bring my left foot a bit more center. Right foot is going to lift, and I'm going to shift forward into my pigeon. I want to keep this tall. I want to think about shoulder blades down and back. Now here's why I brought the blocks in. So you can use your blocks under your hands to press you up. If your hips are not quite to the floor, you can always set one under your hips to prop you up a bit taller. Now, we know this is a pretty common stretch that we do in our classes, but what I want to do today is I want to add a little hamstring flexion here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up nice and tall. Now, if you need to have your blocks a little further forward, you can also do that because this can be a bit intense with this back extension. So what I want to do is I want to engage my hamstring and pull my heel toward my hips. So even if it's a small one, bring it up. So I'm flexing my foot as I come up. Nice and tall. Now add 2 little pulses and take it down. And heel, heel, and take it down. Heel, heel. Take it down. Let's get 2 more like that. And last one, heel, heel, take it down. Now, I'm just going to release my blocks, shifting up and back into child's pose. I'm going to bring myself to tabletop, turn the toes, press into down dog. Right foot's going to come a bit more center. Left leg lifts and shifts into my pigeon. Nice and tall, shoulders back, blocks if you'd like them. I kind of like them because it does give me that leverage to press up a little taller than I might be able to on my own. So nice and tall. Let's get that back extension first. Then we're going to add that little heel pulse. We'll start with single heels first. So when you're ready, we're going to add that little heel and lower. We're different on each side, so one side might feel a little better, feel a little easier. And up, and down, and up, and down. One more single. Let's add some little pulses in there. So pulse, pulse, and lower. Pulse, pulse, and lower. Nice and tall. 2 more, please. All right, let's go ahead and just shift around. I'm going to bring those weights over to the side, and I'm going to reclaim my weights. We are going to do just a few little ab exercises. So I'm going to bring my weights in, and I'm going to lower with control. I'm going to reach out overhead and float it back. So you might not want to go all the way back if that makes your rib cage pop up. So from here, what we're going to do, I'm going to keep my knees bent. I'm going to inhale, lift, exhale, peel and press up, and then lower down with control. It's a little bit of a modified roll up. Scoop the belly and press, lift, big push, and lower down. and reach it back. And inhale, exhale, and down, and up. Keeping a little bit of a soft elbow, keeping a strong connection through the abdominals. Think about that navel to spine connection, and press, and lower, and back, and bring it up, and press, and lower, and back. I've got one more here. Big reach up, and I'm gonna bring it halfway. I'm gonna cross my weights and walk my feet in, and we're gonna take this little side to side. Now you can go unweighted if you'd like. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to center. Release those weights and take it all the way down. Give yourself just a quick little reset. Now I'm gonna keep the knees pulling into the chest, and we're gonna do our ab series, just our Pilates ab series. So I'm gonna bring myself to forward flexion, looking toward my belly. I'm gonna start with my right, extend my left. We're gonna inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, reaching through the foot. Inhale right, exhale left. I'm switching my hands as I switch my legs. Outside hand to ankle, inside hand to knee. Inhale, exhale. 2 more each side. Now, both knees are gonna float in, and we lower with control. A little neck rotation, foot flexion, extension if you need that. Okay, coming into our double leg stretch. We're gonna start off with the knees in tight, bring yourself into forward flexion. Hands reach for the ankles. We're gonna extend, arms circle, knees float in, and extend, and circle, and extend, and circle. Scoop the belly, and circle those arms. Now adding on, let's add some little heel beats. Reach it out, 3, 2, 1, knees in. Reach it out, 3, 2, 1, knees in. Reach it out, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. 2 more, please. Reach it out, 3, 2, 1, knees in. And last one, 3, 2, 1, knees in, head down, and take a break. All right, next up is our straight legs. Let's start off with a quick little revisit of stretching those hamstrings. So I'm just gonna start with a straight leg, bring myself into forward flexion. I'm gonna bring my right leg in and just let the left leg lower down and hover. Take a quick little stretch here, little bend and extend. Now, I'm gonna hold this leg and switch. Hold this side, so just getting the stretch. Little bend, extend. One more. Switch. So take that little pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, and pulse, pulse. Scoop the belly. Two more each side, please. Last one, knees in, head down, take a break. Little neck rotation, foot flexion, extension. All right, so starting off with your knees in tabletop. Hands come behind your head. I'm going to dip the toes and back to tabletop. Scoop the belly and dip. Now you can stay with the bent knees or double straight, heels together, toes turned out. Lower and lift, and lower and lift. Really strong, lower and lift. Let's get two more. And pull it in, knees in, head down, take a little break. Last in our ab series is our crisscross. We're gonna start with one hand on top of the other, back of the hands against the forehead. Let's make sure these elbows stay open wide. Bring yourself into forward flexion. I'm gonna keep the right, extend the left. We're gonna take a cross and switch. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Reaching through the feet, reach and reach. Inhale right, exhale left. 2 more, each side and left. Last time. Both knees in, head down. Take a break, you guys. Hands behind your knees to pull yourself up. All right, so let's bring this. Let's bring this around and just sitting cross-legged, nice and tall, shoulders back. I just have one foot stacked in front of the other. You can sit however you are comfortable. We're gonna take a little circle around, so shoulders are down, nice and low. String out of the top of your head. We're gonna take a little circle, scooping out of space around you. I'm allowing the neck to move through this. Draw the belly in, chin forward, ear to shoulder, chin up. We're gonna come around to the top and change directions. Big inhale, exhale around, getting into that side body, low back and glutes. Abs are tight, shoulders are down. And come to the top, leaning forward into the hands, forearms, or stretching it out a little further. Let the head relax forward. And bring this up. I'm going to lean back just to change the leg that's in front or on top. And we're going to take the arms into it this time. So take a little side body stretch, circle around. Now this time, bringing this arm up and back, open through the shoulder, coming down into that hand, side body, circle, reach it over, circle back. Scoop the belly. Last one in this direction. And we'll take it back the other way. So take your side body stretch, circle, circle back, side body, circle, circle back. Last one right here. And we'll go ahead and bring this to the top, shoulders back. Sitting comfortably, everybody, let's take a big inhale, arms up. I'm gonna interlace my fingers and exhale forward with the palms. And I'm gonna hollow out my belly and press through the palms. I wanna think about the shoulder blade stretch, opening across the shoulder blades. And take a big inhale open, palms up. Now I'm gonna bring my hands behind. I'm just gonna touch the floor and lift the heart. So pressing yourself into this little open chest, open heart, and sitting tall. We're gonna take a big inhale, arms are gonna float up, and then exhale, floating down center. We'll do that again, big inhale, exhale down. Give yourself one more, biggest breath of the day, guys. Thank you guys, that was the conditioning portion of class. Stick around if you'd like, we are going to get into some flexibility.